Hey guys, welcome back. Tonight, we're setting sail into the warm twilight of the Caribbean, where the sea hums like a lullaby and the air tastes of salt and stories. You're not here to fight or chase treasure. You're here to drift, to breathe, to feel what it was really like to fall asleep beneath the stars on a pirate ship. No danger, no noise, just the rhythm of waves, the creak of wood, and the calm heartbeat of the ocean itself. From sunrise on the deck to the final whisper of moonlight, you'll live a day in the quiet world of Caribbean pirates, not as outlaws, but as dreamers of the sea. So before you get comfortable, take a gentle moment to like this video and subscribe, but only if these deep sleep history stories help you find peace, sleep better, or simply reflect on our shared journey through time. Now, close your eyes, let the stars guide you, and drift with me into the most relaxing pirate story ever told. The night is almost gone, yet the sea still whispers like an old friend refusing to leave. You lie on the wooden deck of an ancient pirate ship, the planks beneath you still warm from the lanterns that burned through the night. The scent of salt and tar drifts through the air, soft and familiar, like a lullaby only the ocean could sing. Somewhere far below, the hull creaks, a long, tired sigh, as if the ship itself is waking from its dreams. The horizon begins to pale, not sudden, not bright, but gentle, like someone slowly lifting the veil from the face of the world. The first hint of dawn spills across the Caribbean, painting the waves with strokes of silver and rose. You breathe in deeply. The air is cool, damp, alive. It carries the quiet promise of another day survived, another horizon yet to chase. Around you, the world stirs. A gull cries somewhere above, its voice sharp against the tender silence. Then another sound joins it, the soft sway of ropes, the rhythmic groan of the ship's timbers, the whisper of a sail unfurling to meet the morning wind. The pirates are waking. One by one they emerge from the dim shadows of the lower deck, their movements slow, deliberate, half dreaming still. Bare feet touch the planks, hammocks sway as they step down. Someone yawns, someone hums a half-forgotten tune from a distant shore. A few exchanged quiet words, nothing loud, nothing rushed. Out here, even conversation seems to move at the rhythm of the waves. You watch them begin their morning ritual. There is no alarm, no rush, no orders shouted, only routine shaped by time and tide. One man adjusts a line, another tightens a knot, a third squints at the horizon as if expecting something only he can see. The sea glimmers back at him, vast and indifferent. The wind shifts slightly, east to west, and the sails catch it with a sigh. They swell like breathing lungs, filling with soft, steady power. The ship leans gently, answering the pull of the morning breeze. You can feel it beneath your body, the pulse of the ocean meeting the heart of the vessel. For a moment, everything moves as one. The deck hums softly underfoot. Somewhere nearby, a sailor begins to scrub the floor with sand and seawater. The rough rhythm of his motion is almost hypnotic. Scrape, rinse, scrape. The sound blends with the sea's murmur, forming a lullaby of labor and peace. There is no urgency, only care. Each stroke of the brush is an act of devotion, not to gold or glory, but to the simple beauty of keeping the world around them clean and alive. As the light grows stronger, the sky turns to liquid gold. The sea answers in ripples, flashing brief fires of color before folding back into calm. You close your eyes, listening. The waves, the ropes, the gulls, all move in harmony, like instruments in a quiet symphony composed by time itself. It is a world where nothing hurries, nothing demands. Only breath follows breath, and the ocean remains eternal. The sun now climbs higher, its golden fingers tracing over ropes, sails, and the curved barrels lined neatly along the rail. The ship glows as if waking with its crew. The morning rhythm begins, not with noise, but with purpose. A young deckhand hums softly as he hauls a bucket of seawater, his bare shoulders glistening with salt. He pours it carefully across the deck, and the water runs like silver across the grooves of the wood. Beside him, another man kneels, brushing the boards with sand. Small circles, patient and even. It's called holy stoning, a quiet ritual every sailor knows. They do it not for show, but for pride, because a clean deck means discipline, and discipline means survival. From the galley below, the faint aroma of something simple rises. Salted fish, hard bread, and boiled coffee thick as tar. Someone laughs, a brief, low sound carried by the wind. On the mainmast, a parrot squawks, half asleep, muttering fragments of words it doesn't understand. Aye, anchor, wind's fair. The crew barely notices. They've heard it 1,000 times, a strange kind of comfort echoing between sky and sea. Near the helm, the quartermaster studies the horizon, his eyes narrowed against the glare. His coat, once red, has faded to brown under years of sun and salt. Yet his posture remains proud. Every rope, every sail, every man is under his quiet watch. A single nod from him sends a ripple through the ship, a signal without words. The bosun responds with a tug on the lines, and the sails adjust, billowing gently, catching just enough wind to carry them westward. Below, the carpenter inspects the hull, humming a tune from Port Royal, while two young sailors trade quiet jokes about the last storm.
Every motion is unhurried, yet precise. There is grace in this order, beauty in the repetition. You can feel it, the calm pulse of men who have surrendered to the rhythm of the sea. One of them pauses, looking out at the endless water. For a moment he smiles, not because of treasure nor conquest, but because the ocean looks like peace itself. The light ripples on his face, golden and fleeting. Then he returns to work, his steps sure, his spirit steady. Somewhere above, the lookout calls down softly, "No land in sight, only the steady promise of open water." That's how they like it. No cities, no rules, just wind and tide. A simple life carved from motion and salt. The sea gives, the sea takes, and the pirates understand both truths better than anyone. Their mourning unfolds like a prayer whispered between the waves, quiet, rhythmic, eternal. The day has begun, but the dream never ends.
The morning settles into calm. The ship no longer creaks, it breathes. Every board, every rope, every shadow has found its rhythm again. The pirates move slowly now, not from laziness, but from harmony. They've learned to match their pulse to the oceans. The sea is no longer something they travel through, it's something they belong to. Somewhere on the horizon, a thin mist begins to rise, glowing faintly in the warming light. The Caribbean Sea stretches endlessly, a mirror of soft blues and pale gold. The wind carries whispers, faint voices of the waves touching distant shores, stories of ships that sailed before and never returned, songs the sea keeps for itself. One of the sailors sits by the bow, sharpening a small knife. Not for battle, not today, just to keep his hands busy. He hums a lullaby from his childhood, a melody that once belonged to a mother he barely remembers. The notes drift upward, carried by the breeze, dissolving into the sound of the water. Another man nearby repairs a net, threading each knot with care. The rope moves through his fingers like memory, rough, familiar, forgiving. He doesn't speak, he doesn't need to. The language of the sea requires no words, only presence. From the galley, the cook emerges, wiping his hands on his apron. He squints at the sun, then smiles faintly. Another day has begun, and no one has died. That's enough to be grateful for. He sets down a pot of coffee near the helm, and soon its bitter warmth fills the air. A few men gather, hands cupped around tin mugs, letting the steam kiss their faces. The ocean glitters below, and for a moment the world feels smaller, simpler, kinder. The captain appears last. His boots echo softly on the deck. He doesn't shout or command. He just stands, watching the horizon like a man staring into eternity. His coat flutters in the breeze, worn yet dignified, and the scar across his cheek catches the sunlight.
He has seen storms that swallowed fleets and calm days that felt like miracles. Now he simply breathes. Around him, life continues in its quiet perfection. The gulls circle lazily overhead. The sails sigh. The ship glides like a thought across the sea, smooth, inevitable, free. You close your eyes. The hum of the ocean deepens. It's no longer sound, it's pulse, the kind that steadies your breathing, softens your mind, and makes you forget where one moment ends and the next begins. The pirate's laughter fades into distance, and you realize something profound. Peace isn't found in stillness, it's found in motion, steady, unhurried, eternal. The sea keeps its secrets, and for now, you are one of them. Beneath you, the deck is warm. Around you, the world is rhythm. Above you, the sky opens wide, endless and forgiving. The morning is complete.
Morning light has softened now. It spills gently through the rigging, glinting off drops of dew that cling to the ropes like tiny pearls. The work of dawn is done. The deck is clean, the sails are full, and the wind hums a steady tune. Somewhere near the galley, the smell of food drifts upward, rough, simple, but comforting. One by one, the pirates gather. They sit in circles on overturned barrels, on coils of rope, or cross-legged on the deck itself. No tables, no ceremony, just men and women of the sea sharing what they have. The cook, a broad-shouldered man with hands darkened by years of smoke, ladles out bowls of steaming stew made from salted beef and beans. The smell of salt and spice fills the air, mixing with the scent of wood and brine. Beside him, another sailor cracks open a tin of hardtack, the biscuits hard as stone, made of flour and water, baked to survive months at sea. He breaks one with the hilt of his knife, and the sound is sharp, echoing softly against the hull. He chews slowly, eyes half closed, tasting more memory than flavor. This food is not made to please the tongue, it's made to endure. But somehow, here under the open sky, it feels enough. Someone passes around a small jug of grog, rum mixed with water and a squeeze of lime. The first sip burns, then warms, then soothes. The drink isn't luxury, it's ritual, a way to greet the sea, to share strength, to remember they are alive. A few of them laugh quietly between sips, their voices rough but kind. The sound drifts across the deck, mingling with the sea breeze. One man begins to hum a tune, low, slow, half a melody, half a sigh. Another joins in, tapping the rhythm against his cup. Soon the air is filled with a gentle chorus, not of celebration, but of belonging. The ocean listens. Even the gulls seem to circle closer, as if curious about these strange creatures who sing instead of fight. The captain stands near the railing, a cup of grog in hand.
He watches the horizon with a calm that only years of storms can teach. He doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. The crew's laughter is his reward, their peace his command. Around him, the light deepens. The sea glows like molten glass, and for a fleeting moment, time forgets to move. Breakfast on a pirate ship isn't a feast, it's a pause, a moment of quiet gratitude between the endless days of salt and storm. The meal fades into memory. The bowls are emptied, the mugs half full of watered grog left swaying with the ship's slow motion. The morning work is done, the hunger eased, and now there is nothing left but time. The sea stretches like a sheet of glass beneath the sun, each ripple glinting like a thought that never quite forms. The crew scatters quietly across the deck, seeking their own small corners of peace. One man lies flat on the planks, hat covering his face, letting the warmth of the wood seep into his bones. Another leans against the rail, staring out at the horizon as though searching for something the sea once took. Two young sailors sit side by side, carving small shapes from driftwood, tiny birds, a ship, a heart, their hands moving slowly, gently, as though afraid to break the silence that now blankets the deck. The ship moves softly, almost imperceptibly. Every creak, every sigh, every whisper of wind seems part of a single heartbeat. Somewhere below, the carpenter's hammer taps faintly, not urgent, not loud, just a steady pulse beneath the calm. The smell of salt and tar lingers, mixing with sunlight. A piece of canvas flaps lazily above, shadows sliding across the deck like drifting clouds. From the crow's nest, the lookout hums a tune, a fragment of a sea shanty that once guided them through storms. His voice is distant but soothing, wrapping the ship in a gentle lull. The world up here feels detached from everything else. No kingdoms, no wars, no maps, just sea, sky, and breath. Even the captain, who rarely rests, stands quietly by the mast. His eyes are half closed, his hand resting on the worn wood, feeling the life that hums beneath his palm. To the untrained eye, it's only stillness, but to them, this is the heartbeat of the sea, a rhythm that has carried them through storms and stars alike. The parrot near the helm mumbles a few words, then falls silent, one foot tucked under its feathers. Even it seems to understand the peace of this hour. A soft breeze slides across the deck, lifting strands of hair, carrying the faint sound of laughter from someone below. It's not loud, not full, just enough to remind everyone that they are still here, still breathing, still free. The ocean glitters brighter now, its color deepening from pale blue to liquid sapphire. The ship glides through it like a dream adrift, and in that dream, every man becomes part of something greater, not a crew, not a legend, but a small, sacred note in the song of the sea. Noon approaches, though no one counts the hours here. The sun climbs high,
its light softening as it meets the rippling sea. The deck glows with a warmth that feels almost alive. The pirates rest wherever they please. Their world is small, but their peace is vast. Some drift into sleep, hammocks swaying gently beneath the shaded awning, their breathing syncing with the ship's slow rhythm. Others sit quietly, backs against barrels or masts, eyes lost in the horizon. Time is not measured here by clocks, but by waves. A shadow passes overhead, a seagull gliding low, wings catching the sunlight like silver blades. Its cry breaks the silence for a moment, then fades, leaving only the hum of the sea. Somewhere below, a spoon clinks against a tin mug. Someone laughs softly in their sleep. The sounds are few, but they linger like the echo of a dream. The ship moves so smoothly now that it feels less like travel and more like drifting between worlds, one of waking, one of rest. A warm breeze slides across your skin, tasting faintly of salt and citrus. It carries the scent of rum, of rope, of sun. The kind of smell that feels like memory itself, one that doesn't belong to a single place, but to 1,000 forgotten mornings at sea. Near the helm, the captain dozes in his chair, hat tilted over his eyes. A small smile hides beneath the shadow of his brim. Perhaps he dreams of distant ports, or of the days when the ocean still felt endless. The parrot beside him shifts its feathers and whispers, "Easy now, easy." Words learned long ago from the man who taught it patience. The waves answer with a hush. You can feel the ship breathing, wood expanding with heat, ropes sighing softly as they tighten and ease. The sails hang like white wings against the blue, barely stirring. A sailor hums somewhere near the bow, voice low, almost a whisper. The melody floats, wraps itself around the air, then dissolves. It's a lullaby not meant for sleep, but for remembering. A reminder that peace doesn't have to be silent, it only has to be steady. The world narrows to sensation, the warmth beneath you, the taste of salt on your lips, the rhythm of your heartbeat matching the oceans. And slowly, even thought begins to drift. The sun, the sky, the ship, the sea, all blur into one quiet motion, one endless breath. For a moment, you could swear that the ocean itself is sleeping, and you are lying upon its chest. Nothing moves. Nothing needs to. This is the pirate's paradise. Not gold, not glory, but the gentle mercy of stillness. The kind of peace that doesn't end when your eyes close. It deepens. Afternoon light spills lazily across the deck, warm but forgiving. The sea has calmed to a soft sway, and the ship moves as though it has forgotten the meaning of haste. Work begins again, not with a shout or a whistle, but a quiet understanding. Each man and woman knows what must be done, and they move like parts of one living thing. There is no overseer, no whip, no barked command, only rhythm.
The pirates have learned that survival is not born from chaos, but from calm precision. Near the mast, two sailors stand watch. One gazes toward the horizon, eyes narrowing against the sun. The other looks down into the water, where the sea glimmers like 1,000 mirrors. Their task is simple, yet vital, to see what others do not. The horizon shifts with light and heat, waves playing tricks on tired eyes. Yet they remain steady, their silence a pact with the sea. The ship hums beneath them, wood, wind, and water, moving as one. A rope creaks, a sail flutters, a flag sighs. Farther down near the main deck, a group repairs a torn sail. They work slowly, hands steady, passing needle and thread through the heavy canvas. Each stitch is deliberate, each movement patient. The sound of the needle piercing cloth blends with the whisper of the waves. It's not labor, it's meditation. Their fingers are rough, but their gestures are careful, almost tender. The sail is more than fabric. It's the breath of their world. Without it, there is no journey, no freedom. So they mend it with respect, as though healing a living being. One of them hums quietly, a deep, rolling tune that matches the rhythm of his stitches. The others join in, softly, their voices barely above the sound of the wind. Together, they make something between work and song, a lullaby for the sea. In the shade of the stern, another sailor polishes his musket. The metal glints faintly in the sun, the smell of oil mixing with salt air. He doesn't hurry. His movements are slow, circular, mindful. The weapon gleams not from vanity, but from care, because even on calm days, the sea teaches caution. He wipes, checks, breathes, then rests the musket on his lap like a sleeping animal. Around him, the day drifts gently. No one hurries, no one wastes. Every gesture has purpose, and every silence has meaning. The ship, the crew, the ocean, all move within the same quiet pulse.
The sun sits high now, steady and golden, casting lines of light through the sails like threads of fire weaving across cloth. The heat hums softly, absorbed by wood, by skin, by air. The pirates move with deliberate ease, their rhythm unbroken. No one rushes, no one drifts. Every task has its season, and on this ship, nothing happens out of turn. A man kneels by the railing, a bucket of seawater beside him. He dips a rag and begins to scrub, slow and sure, the scent of salt rising like incense. The deck beneath him gleams, every stroke a small act of respect, not for order imposed, but for order chosen. It is strange, perhaps, that a band of pirates should live by such quiet discipline. But here, where the ocean judges all, they have learned that freedom without care is only another form of drowning. The lookout calls softly from above. No danger, no sails, only sea. His voice fades back into wind. Below, two sailors check the rigging, tightening knots and testing lines. Their fingers are quick but calm, their eyes sharp but kind. They talk in murmurs, not of plunder, not of gold, but of the wind, of the feel of the ship beneath their feet.
of the stars that will guide them when night returns. A boy, barely grown, watches them from the shade. His hands itch to help. His face glows with the quiet pride of belonging. One of the older sailors tosses him a length of rope. "Learn its mood," he says, "and it'll never turn against you." The boy nods, running the rough fibers between his fingers, feeling the life in it. It's not a command, it's a lesson. Every object on this ship, from blade to bucket, has a soul. Treat it well and it serves you. Neglect it and it punishes. The sea has no patience for carelessness. Nearby, another sailor oils his cutlass. The metal catches light, a thin gleam like liquid sun. He hums as he works, the song old and wordless, known only to those who have watched horizons vanish and return again. His movements are methodical. Oil, cloth, polish, breathe. It's not about war. It's about readiness. Out here, they do not fight the ocean. They coexist with it. A gust of wind passes through the deck, lifting hair, rattling the ropes, cooling the sweat on their backs. It feels like a blessing. Brief, fleeting, but real. The captain, standing near the helm, watches without a word. His gaze sweeps the deck, not in command, but in quiet acknowledgement. He knows that what binds this crew is not fear or greed, it's rhythm. The rhythm of duty, of sea, of trust. Somewhere, a bell rings, once, clear and low. It's not an order, it's simply the hour. The sound that tells the sea and sky that life aboard continues, steady as ever.
The afternoon drifts into a golden haze. Sunlight dances off the ripples, scattering coins of light across the deck. The ship hums with quiet energy, not of motion, but of rhythm. Work continues, yet it feels less like duty, more like breathing. Every movement aboard has become a reflection of the sea itself. The deckhands coil ropes into neat spirals, their hands moving in time with the slow rise and fall of the waves. A hammer taps below deck, steady, patient, as though marking the heartbeat of the ship. The sound of wood meeting wood blends with the sigh of sails and the distant cry of gulls. Each sound softens the other, merging into something close to peace. Above, the lookout leans against the mast, his gaze lost in a horizon painted with silver mist. His eyelids lower, not in sleep, but in quiet reverence. The sea is endless, yes, but not empty. It lives, breathes, and speaks in its own language. Down below, two sailors share a simple conversation. "Do you ever tire of the sea?" one asks. The other smiles faintly, shaking his head. "You can't tire of something that's always changing," he says. "The sea never repeats itself. You just have to listen." Their voices fade, swallowed by wind. On the mid-deck, a young boy carries a bucket of oil toward the stern. His steps are careful, his eyes wide with concentration. Each ripple of motion, each sound of the ship seems to guide him, a teacher without words. He pauses for a moment,
hand on the rail, staring at the expanse around him. The sun reflects in his eyes like liquid amber. Someday, he will stand where the captain stands. But today, he learns the art of steady work, the kind that keeps both ship and soul afloat. A few sailors take turns checking the cannons, ensuring the barrels stay clean, the wheels well greased. It isn't paranoia, it's preparation. They work quietly, reverently, as though tending to sacred tools. Each swipe of cloth, each soft click of metal feels like a note in a song they all know by heart. Far from violence, the act becomes devotion. This is the harmony of their lives. Effort without strain, motion without noise. From bow to stern, every hand, every eye, every heartbeat moves in concert. Even the sea seems to listen, its waves rising and falling in gentle applause. The air grows warmer, the sky deepens into a softer blue. Shadows lengthen along the deck, and the scent of tar and salt thickens. A moment lingers, perfect, unhurried, timeless. The captain closes his logbook and places it beside the compass. He looks at his crew, the quiet faces, the steady hands, and then toward the shimmering horizon. "Good work," he says softly, though no one really needed to hear it. The ship doesn't rush. It glides forward, steady as breath, steady as time. You listen to the sounds, the wind sighing through ropes, the wood stretching with warmth, the ocean murmuring beneath. It feels like a song too ancient to remember, yet too familiar to forget. In this floating world, there is no beginning, no end, only rhythm. The sea breathes, the ship follows, and you, lying in its gentle motion, breathe with both.
The sun leans westward, spilling liquid gold across the sea. The day softens, and the ocean, once restless, now sighs like a creature settling into sleep. This is the hour of navigation, when silence becomes focus and every eye turns toward the horizon. The pirates know this ritual well. No shouting, no rush, just quiet purpose. A compass rests upon the captain's table, its brass edges glinting in the amber light. The needle trembles faintly, then steadies, pointing north with patient certainty. Around it lie charts inked by hands long gone, maps that have outlasted their makers. Faint lines cross seas like the threads of an old tapestry, guiding them not only by geography, but by memory. The captain studies it all with a calm intensity. His fingers trace routes already etched into his mind, ports, reefs, stars. Yet his eyes rise often from the map to the open sky. Out here, the heavens are the truest guide. The first stars appear faintly above the mast, shy glimmers peeking through the fading blue. The helmsman glances upward, then back to the sea, reading both as though they share one voice. The breeze carries whispers, the faint rustle of cloth, the creak of rope, the sigh of shifting waves. The crew moves with quiet precision. One adjusts the sails to catch the changing wind. Another checks the rigging, listening not with ears, but with instinct. Years at sea have taught them to read what cannot be seen. The weight of the air, the taste of salt, the sound of distance. These are their instruments as much as compass or sextant. Above, clouds drift like pages in a vast book. The pirates have learned to read them. White streaks that stretch thin mean calm winds, smooth travel. But the dark-bellied clouds on the far horizon, those are warnings, whispers of storm still days away. The lookout calls down softly, skies holding steady. His voice floats, low and certain, as if spoken to the wind itself. Below, the navigator notes it all in a small leather journal. His writing is slow, deliberate, a dialogue with time. He records not only positions and numbers, but moods, the color of the water, the way the sun sits, the way the sea feels beneath the hull. It's not science, it's art. And through this art, they survive. To the untrained eye, the pirates seem idle, almost dreaming. But in truth, they are listening to the pulse of the ocean, to the rhythm of the sky. Out here, the world is alive, and they have learned its tongue.
The light shifts once more, that golden hour when day exhales into night. The compass needle glows faintly, catching the last sunbeams as if absorbing their memory. Around it, the air feels cooler now, but calm. The sea mirrors the changing sky, orange fading into rose, rose into violet, violet into deep blue. The ship rides these colors like a cradle. At the helm, the helmsman turns the wheel with slow precision. His hands are steady, his eyes fixed on the horizon. The compass points north, unwavering, but he knows that true navigation is more than following direction. It's about listening. The ocean speaks, not in words, but in whispers of wind and shadow. He feels it on his face, the subtle tilt of temperature, the faint shift in sound as the gusts change their mind. "Wind's turning east," he murmurs. The captain nods, glancing upward. The sails catch the new breath, swelling like lungs filled with life. The ropes creak, the masts sway, and the ship answers with a sigh that sounds almost human. Navigation, for these pirates, is not a science of numbers, but of presence. They trust the stars, yes, but they trust their senses more. The compass gives them truth, but the wind gives them meaning. Near the bow, a sailor ties a loose knot tighter, his gaze never leaving the sky. He's watching the clouds, their height, their color, their silence. The small feathered ones moving swiftly mean fair wind. The heavy ones, dark and layered near the horizon, mean trouble waiting.
Yet there is no fear in his face. To fear the weather is to forget the sea's nature. Instead, he observes, notes, adjusts, like a man in conversation with a temperamental friend. Down below, the navigator sits by candlelight, measuring distance and time. He scratches figures into the margin of an old logbook, then stops, listening. The hull groans softly, a low, steady sound that tells him all he needs. The ship is healthy, the tide is even, the course holds true. He smiles faintly, dips his quill, and marks a tiny symbol in the corner of the map, a language only he and the sea understand. Above deck, a young boy stands near the rail, watching the compass spin lazily, then settle again. "It always finds north," he whispers. An older sailor nearby chuckles. "Aye, lad, but north isn't always where you think it is." The boy frowns, puzzled. The old man leans closer, his voice barely above the wind. The sea has a way of moving the world beneath you. Some days north feels like home. Some days it feels like loss. But either way, keep the needle steady. The boy nods, not quite understanding, but feeling something true in the words. The wind softens again, carrying the scent of salt and faraway rain. Somewhere in the distance, the sky rumbles softly, a warning or perhaps a promise. The pirates move quietly, adjusting sails, securing ropes, checking knots, not out of panic, but ritual. Each gesture has purpose, each sound belongs, and as the light fades into dusk, the ship glides on, guided by magnet, instinct, and faith. 3 compasses, all pointing home.
Night unfolds gently, like a vast velvet cloth spread across the sea. The last trace of daylight lingers on the water's skin, a soft silver shimmer fading into darkness. The air cools, the world slows. Above, the stars awaken. One by one they appear, small, patient fires lighting an endless ceiling. For the pirates, this is not just beauty, it is guidance. They lift their eyes not in wonder, but in understanding. The sky to them is a map older than any ink or parchment. Every constellation, every flicker of light holds a story. The helmsman steadies the wheel and murmurs to no one, "There she is, Polaris." His voice carries the warmth of familiarity. The North Star glows faintly near the mast, steady and unblinking, a promise that never wavers. Around it the heavens move, but it stays, a constant truth in a changing world. Near the bow, the navigator tilts his head back, tracing invisible lines between stars, the Great Bear, Orion, the Southern Cross. His finger moves through the air like a painter's brush, connecting the sky's ancient memories. We follow their rhythm, and they never lie. He listens in silence. He has long since stopped needing charts. The stars are his teachers, and the sea his classroom. He knows when to trust the glow of Venus, when to respect the shadow of clouds, when to wait for the moon's return. Tonight the air hums with peace. The sails droop slightly, catching only the lightest breath of wind. The ship drifts, more dream than vessel.
The sea mirrors the stars so perfectly that it's hard to tell where sky ends and water begins. It feels as if they're sailing not across the ocean, but through the heavens themselves. The crew speaks little. A few rest along the deck, hands behind their heads, eyes open to infinity. The boy from before lies among them, tracing constellations with a finger in the air. "That one looks like a blade," he says softly. The old sailor chuckles beside him. "Aye, some call it Orion's sword. Others call it a reminder that even warriors rest between battles." The boy smiles, half asleep, letting the sky turn slowly above him. A gentle creak of the mast, a sigh from the ropes, the night breathes. Somewhere below deck, the navigator's quill scratches softly, noting the position of the stars, the angle of the wind, the feel of the sea. He writes in a rhythm not meant for others to read, but for himself, a record of trust. Outside, the captain raises his gaze once more. Clouds drift apart, revealing the Milky Way, a river of light flowing silently across eternity. He stands still, feeling both small and infinite. The compass glimmers beside him, its needle pointing north, steady and sure. Yet for once he doesn't look at it, he doesn't need to. The stars are enough. The sea is calm. The crew sleeps, the ship drifts, and the night, vast and kind, holds them all.
Morning comes again, soft and gold, spreading like warm honey over the deck. The storm has passed days ago, but its traces still whisper through the wood. Faint creaks, salt-stained scars, memories of waves that struck hard and left stories behind. This is the time for care. Pirates, despite their name, are not just men of plunder. They are keepers of ships, craftsmen, caretakers, quiet healers of the sea. The deck smells of pine tar and seawater. Buckets are lined up, ropes coiled neatly, brushes and hammers laid out with reverence. There is no shouting, no rush, only rhythm. Two men kneel near the hull, their hands blackened with pitch. One stuffs oakum, strands of hemp soaked in oil, into a narrow crack. The other follows with a ladle of boiling tar. It smells sharp and sweet. It hisses as it touches the wood, sealing the wound with a breath of smoke. The ship exhales, the sound almost like relief. Above them, sunlight catches on the red and black paint that trims the bow, colors of pride and warning. A boy polishes the figurehead, tracing its curves with a cloth. The wooden maiden gleams once more, her carved hair swept by invisible wind. "She looks alive again," he murmurs. An old sailor beside him smiles. "A ship's heart beats in her hull, lad. Treat her well, and she'll carry you farther than your dreams." The boy nods, slower now, as if touching something sacred. Elsewhere, others work in silence. A man replaces frayed rope with a new coil of hemp, golden, sturdy, smelling faintly of earth.
He threads it through the pulleys with care, his fingers moving like a musician tuning his instrument. Another checks the planks along the rail, tapping each one, listening to the wood's voice. Sound is truth here. A hollow thud means weakness. A full tone means strength. They do not measure with rulers. They measure with ears and trust. The ocean demands that kind of attention. Beneath the deck, a carpenter mends a crack where seawater once seeped in. He hums as he works, a slow, tuneless hum that fills the space with calm. His tools scrape, his brush paints, his hands mend. Each repair is not just function, it's affection. A ship to them is not wood and nails, it's home. Above, a faint breeze stirs, carrying the smell of resin and salt. The light through the sails glows amber, catching specks of dust that float like golden snow. The pirates pause from time to time, not to rest, but to admire. The shine of polished wood, the curve of the hull, the quiet perfection of things made whole again. Maintenance aboard this ship isn't labor, it's meditation. The rhythm of brushes, the scrape of blades, the murmur of sea, all blend into one long sigh of gratitude. When the ship is tended, the men feel steadier too. Their hands repair wood, but their minds repair themselves.
Evening drapes itself over the ship like a soft shawl. The sun melts slowly into the horizon, casting streaks of copper and crimson across the waves. The wood glows beneath the fading light, warm, alive, as though the ship itself is blushing under the sun's farewell. The smell of pine tar and salt hangs thick in the air. On deck, the crew continues their quiet ritual of repair. There is no command now, no barked order, only murmurs, laughter, and the creak of tools that have known the hands of generations. A sailor kneels by the railing, sanding down a splintered plank. Each stroke is slow, deliberate, almost meditative. The rough edges fade beneath his touch, leaving behind smoothness and strength. He hums softly, an old sea tune about home, the kind of song that doesn't really end, just drifts into the sound of waves. Nearby, another man brushes a thin coat of whale oil onto a lantern. The flame inside flickers, catching the reflection of his weathered face. It's a small fire, fragile, yet it casts enough light to warm the deck around it. He smiles faintly, whispering to the flame, "Don't go out yet, friend." The lantern answers with a shimmer, steady and kind. Around him, the others light their lamps one by one. Tiny suns bloom along the rail, painting gold on the dark wood, on faces tired but peaceful. Shadows dance across the ropes like silent ghosts. The boy from before carries a bucket of nails, the weight almost too much for his arms. An older pirate takes it from him with a grin. "Strength isn't in the arms, lad. It's in the care you give your work." The boy nods, panting, watching as the man hammers gently, never rushing.
Each nail finds its place like a heartbeat, steady and sure. The sound echoes into the dusk, metal meeting wood, effort meeting purpose. It's not noise, it's music. Beneath the deck, others sweep the floorboards, clearing away salt and sand that the sea leaves behind. A broom glides over the planks, its bristles whispering softly, like a lullaby to the tired ship. Someone wipes down the barrels of water, checking for leaks. Another inspects the ropes in storage, testing their tension with practiced fingers. Nothing escapes attention, not because they fear failure, but because they respect the journey. The ship is more than their vessel. It's their memory, their shelter, their story. As the last glow of daylight fades, the deck is awash in amber. The lanterns sway with the ship's slow rhythm, their light bending like liquid honey. The men finish their tasks, setting tools aside, stretching backs sore but satisfied. The air is full of scent, salt, smoke, and pine, an aroma that speaks of work done right. The captain walks among them, saying little but nodding often. His eyes reflect the same glow as the lanterns, steady, calm, proud. He pauses by the railing, lays a hand on the wood. It's warm beneath his palm, pulsing faintly with life. Good as new, he murmurs. But the truth is, it's better than new. It's lived.
Night has come, soft and forgiving. The sea lies calm, a vast sheet of glass reflecting 1,000 trembling stars. The ship, freshly mended, rests upon it like a creature reborn. Every plank gleams faintly with oil and moonlight. Every rope hums quietly in the breeze. The smell of pine tar and salt has settled into the air, the perfume of labor and pride. Down the deck, a lantern swings gently, its light drifting across sleeping faces. The crew, scattered like children after play, have fallen into rest wherever they sat last. One lies beside a coiled rope, another against a barrel. The boy sleeps with his head on folded arms, the rhythm of the sea rocking him into dreams. Only a few remain awake. The carpenter wipes his hands on a rag, inspecting the seams one last time. His work is invisible now, hidden under tar and polish, but he smiles, knowing it will hold. He places his hand flat on the wood, feeling its warmth. "You'll do just fine," he whispers to the ship, and though the ship cannot answer, something about the quiet creak in its hull sounds like gratitude. Above, the lookout hums softly from the crow's nest. His song is a low, rolling melody, a fragment of some sailor's hymn carried through generations. It mingles with the sound of waves slapping gently against the sides, with the distant call of a night bird, with the pulse of the wind. Together, they form the lullaby of the sea. The captain stands alone at the stern, his coat unbuttoned, hair moving lightly with the breeze. His gaze drifts over the horizon, but it is not searching, it is resting. He takes a deep breath, the kind that fills the chest and clears the mind. Around him, the world is still. The ship breathes, the sea breathes,
even the stars seem to pulse, slow and alive. He turns back toward the deck, where the lanterns still burn low, each one a tiny promise of warmth in the dark. For a moment, he lets himself imagine that the ship is listening, that the wood beneath his boots hears his unspoken thanks. This vessel has carried storms, battles, endless tides, yet it still floats, still answers the wind with grace. It is, in every sense, alive. The maintenance is done, but the care never ends. The ocean teaches them that everything, even stillness, requires tending. The captain closes his eyes and lets the salt air fill his lungs. When he opens them again, the horizon has darkened into a deep velvet blue. The stars above shimmer like embers. Somewhere in the distance, a whale exhales, its mist-catching moonlight. The sound is ancient, soothing. The captain smiles. "We're ready," he murmurs, not to the men, but to the ship itself. The vessel creaks again, as if in answer, and then silence. The kind of silence that is not empty, but full. The kind that holds the weight of 1,000 breaths, the memory of hands, the patience of time. The ship sways gently, steady and strong. The pirates sleep. The ocean listens. And in that vast, tender darkness, both man and wood become one, breathing together beneath the same forgiving sky.
The work is done. The tools are stowed. The deck glows faintly under the descending sun. It is that golden hour again, the time when the sea hums softly and even the air seems to rest. The pirates move slower now, their shoulders no longer burdened by labor, their minds quiet as the tide. This is their hour of peace, of laughter, music, and gentle stories carried on the wind. A sailor sits cross-legged near the mainmast, a harmonica pressed to his lips. The first note he plays is thin and shy, like a whisper testing the air. Then another follows, stronger, warmer, until a melody blooms, wistful, drifting, full of salt and sunlight. The tune floats across the deck, weaving between ropes and sails, settling softly into every ear. Around him, others begin to hum. Some clap, some tap their boots to the rhythm. The song has no words, yet it says everything that can't be spoken. The longing for home, the love for the sea, the peace that only comes after storms. Farther down, two men tune a battered violin. Its strings creak, its wood scarred, but when the bow slides across, the sound is pure. It rises like a gull in flight, sharp, free, and filled with memory. The notes shimmer in the twilight, mingling with the harmonica's sigh, blending into something timeless. Someone laughs, a sound as warm as the light spilling over the rail. Another voice joins in, deep and steady, humming an old shanty passed through countless voyages. Heave away, my hearties. It's not loud, not proud, but full of soul. The voices layer together, rough and tender, until the entire ship becomes a choir. The waves provide percussion, the wind hums harmony. Even the wood beneath their feet seems to vibrate with the rhythm. The boy sits near the front,
his chin on his knees, eyes half closed. He doesn't sing, he listens. The music feels like home, though he has none. It curls around him, soothing and soft, like the sea's hand resting on his shoulder. One of the older men glances at him and smiles. "Remember this sound, lad. It'll keep you warm when the nights are cold." The boy nods, his gaze still on the horizon. The sun dips lower, turning the sky to amber and rose. Seagulls glide lazily, their cries distant but sweet. The last notes of the harmonica fade into the wind, leaving behind a silence that isn't empty, it's full of peace. No one claps, no one needs to. The ocean does it for them, with a soft splash against the hull, a whisper that says, "Yes, I heard you too."
Sun is gone now, swallowed by the sea, but the warmth remains, caught in the air, in the glow of the lanterns strung along the deck. The ship drifts softly, its timbers sighing with every wave. The night has not yet grown dark, it lingers in shades of violet and gold, a twilight that seems to hold its breath. The crew gathers near the center, where a single lantern sways from a hook. Its light dances over their faces, rough, weathered, but softened by laughter. The music has faded, replaced by the hum of quiet voices. One man, tall and wiry, leans forward, elbows on knees. "Ever heard of the Isle of Glass?" he begins, his tone low and teasing. A few heads lift, the younger ones lean closer. "It's west of nowhere," he says, smiling, "a place where the sea turns still as mirror and the sky forgets to move. They say if you drop anchor there, you'll hear voices beneath the hole, sailors who never left." The others chuckle, shaking their heads. "You've had too much rum, Will," someone mutters, but they're listening. They always listen, because every sailor knows, between lies and legend, truth is often hiding. Another voice rises, older, slower. The carpenter, his beard silver in the lamplight, clears his throat. "I've seen that island," he says quietly. The laughter dies. The flame flickers. "Long ago, before I joined the ship, there was no wind, no wave, just silence. And on the shore, glass, shattered, shining like stars had fallen and broken on the sand." No one speaks. The harmonica player hums a note, low, haunting like the echo of that silence. Someone pours grog into tin cups. The smell of rum and citrus drifts between them, warm and sweet. "Go on," whispers the boy, his eyes wide. "What happened then?" The old man smiles faintly. "Nothing," he says, "and that was the strangest part. We left before dawn. The sea was still, but the glass, it sang when the wind touched it." His gaze drifts to the lantern. "Sometimes I think the sound still follows me." The group falls silent again. The deck creaks beneath them, the ropes sigh softly, and somewhere a gull calls into the night. Then, as if to lift the mood, another sailor, broad and loud, slaps his knee. "Bah! Forget ghostly islands. I'll tell you a story worth hearing." The crew groans in mock protest, but they grin. He launches into a tale of treasure buried under a palm tree guarded by a one-eyed monkey. Absurd, hilarious, and yet somehow believable in this light. Laughter ripples across the ship, mingling with the hush of the sea. The lantern sways,
throwing shadows that move like waves on their faces. The stories flow, one after another, about storms survived, loves lost, taverns burned, maps found and forgotten. None of it matters whether it's true. What matters is the sound, the rise and fall of voices, and the warmth that fills the night. The boy leans against the barrel, smiling sleepily. His eyelids flutter as the stories blend into dreams. The captain, standing apart, watches his crew and feels something deeper than pride, a quiet gratitude that they are still here, still laughing, still whole, beneath this endless sky.
The last story fades into laughter, then silence. The lanterns burn low, their flames smaller now, steady as breath. The sea has taken on the color of indigo, deep, soft, endless. The air hums with the residue of voices, the echo of music long gone. One by one, the pirates settle into stillness. Some stretch out where they sit, others lean against barrels or the rail, watching the last shimmer of light slip below the horizon. The harmonica player runs his thumb along the metal, then brings it to his lips one final time. A slow, tender note escapes, barely there, like a sigh remembered. It drifts upward, caught by the wind, and dissolves into the stars. The captain listens from the shadows, smiling faintly. There's something sacred about this hour, the way the ship moves like a cradle, the way the world seems to pause between heartbeat and dream. He takes off his hat, placing it gently on the rail, as if not to disturb the stillness. Around him the ocean breathes, slow, rhythmic, alive. The sky deepens to velvet, pierced by the first bright stars of true night. The lanterns flicker, their golden circles shrinking, softening. A sailor hums a lullaby in a voice roughened by salt and wind. The words are lost, but the melody lingers, a tune that every man aboard somehow knows. It's the song of rest after toil, of safe harbors and long-forgotten shores. The boy, half asleep, whispers, "Tell another," but no one answers. The stories have become dreams now, and the dreams belong to the sea. The harmonica's echo seems to remain, a ghost of sound dancing with the waves. Somewhere far off, a dolphin breaks the surface, catching moonlight before vanishing again. The sea glows faintly silver, as if reflecting not the moon, but the peace that fills the air. The crew breathes in unison, 100 small tides within one larger one. The ship creaks softly, wood settling, ropes sighing. It's as though the vessel itself is falling asleep. The captain steps to the helm, laying a hand on the wheel. "Rest well," he murmurs, and it's not clear whether he speaks to his men, the ship, or the ocean. Above him the constellations wheel slowly, steady and eternal. He knows the stars will guide them again come dawn. But for now, there is no need to move, no need to steer, no need to think, only to be. The ship drifts, the sea listens, and night folds itself around them like a blanket. The world is perfectly still, as if the ocean itself has fallen silent to let them sleep.
Evening settles over the Caribbean like a soft blanket, gold fading into violet, violet into blue. The waves slow, their rhythm becoming gentle, almost sleepy. A faint trail of smoke curls up from the stern, where the cook, a burly man with kind eyes, stands before a small iron stove bolted to the deck. The air smells of salt, of fire, and of something more human: dinner. Fresh fish caught that very morning glisten in the dying light. He turns them slowly over the glowing coals, and the sizzle fills the quiet. Fat drips into the flame, crackling softly like rain on warm stone. The scent spreads across the deck, mingling with the wind, with the wood, with the sea itself. One by one, the pirates gather, drawn not just by hunger, but by the comfort of the familiar. Plates are simple: tin bowls, wooden spoons, hands when nothing else will do. But tonight, everything tastes richer. The fish flakes apart easily, tender and smoky. A bowl of rice, modest, precious, passes from hand to hand. They eat slowly, deliberately, as if each bite is its own small ceremony. The grains are soft, slightly sweet from the salt air, each mouthful grounding them in the present moment. A young sailor, freckles across his nose, chews thoughtfully. "Better than any tavern," he mutters, and the others laugh, nodding. A pot of green vegetables sits nearby, grown in wooden boxes at the ship's edge. The leaves glisten with dew from the morning, now wilted gently by heat. It's a small miracle, life growing on a drifting piece of wood in the middle of the endless sea. They eat in quiet harmony, the clinking of utensils the only sound besides the ocean's hush. The captain joins last, carrying a small wooden plate. He doesn't speak at first. He watches his crew, the tired faces now peaceful, eyes lit by the orange glow of lanterns and flame. He smiles, faint and content. "We've eaten worse," he says finally, and the men laugh again. Laughter rolls across the deck, light and unhurried. It sounds like the sea when it's calm, deep, warm, forgiving. When they finish, no one rushes to leave. They sit in the aftertaste of warmth, passing the last drops of grog around, sipping slow. Overhead, the first stars peek out, pale against the fading blue. The smell of the fire lingers, smoke, salt, and fish, tangled together into something that feels like belonging. The plates are empty now. The laughter has softened. The last bit of fire crackles under the pan before dying down. Above, the stars have multiplied, scattered diamonds across an infinite black sea. A lantern swings gently overhead,
its light swaying like a heartbeat. Around it, the crew sits close, legs crossed, hands warmed by mugs of watered rum. No one is in a hurry to leave. The night feels too kind, too generous to waste. A breeze passes over the deck, carrying the faint scent of salt and smoke. Someone breaks the silence, not loudly, just enough to be heard above the sigh of the sea. "Tomorrow, if the wind holds," he says, "we'll reach the quay by noon." Another replies, "And what then?" "We rest," the first one smiles. "Maybe we fix the sail. Maybe we just watch the shore." A chuckle rolls through the group. The captain leans back, pipe between his fingers, smoke curling into the air like thin silk. "Rest," he repeats, the word tasting strange on his tongue. A rare thing for men of the sea. A younger sailor, barely more than a boy, looks up at him. "Do you ever get tired of it, Captain? The water, the wind, the wandering?" The captain doesn't answer at once. He watches the stars reflected in his cup. "No," he says finally, "because it's the only place where everything makes sense. On land, people chase gold, names, power. Out here, all that matters is wind and will. If you lose one, you sink." The crew nods, quietly. They understand, not in words, but in spirit. The sea teaches its own philosophy: patience, balance, humility. One man hums a soft tune, just a few notes to fill the silence. Another starts carving a small piece of driftwood into the shape of a bird. The boy watches, fascinated, as the creature slowly takes form. "Why a bird?" he asks. "Because it can fly away," the carver answers with a half smile. The boy nods, thoughtful. The lantern flickers, catching their faces in gold and shadow. The ship creaks, its rope singing quietly as if agreeing with their words. Time seems to stretch, not forward, not back, just outward like a calm breath. The ocean glimmers beyond the rail, dark but alive, breathing with them. In moments like this, no one feels like a pirate. They are just men suspended between sky and sea, held gently by the rhythm of something eternal.
The night deepens. The last lantern flickers against the breeze, its flame shrinking to a soft, golden bead. The sea has quieted now, its waves no longer breaking, only breathing. From somewhere below deck, a faint sound of tidying up drifts upward. The scrape of tin plates, the clink of bottles, the rustle of rope. The cook hums as he packs away what's left, a song without words, low and slow, matching the rhythm of the ocean's pulse. The men work gently, as if afraid to disturb the peace they've built. The smell of roasted fish still lingers faintly, blending with salt, wood, and night. Near the bow, 2 sailors secure the barrels, making sure the lids are tight. "No rats tonight," one jokes, his voice soft, and the other chuckles under his breath. The captain makes one last round of the deck, his boots quiet on the planks. He checks the sails, furled and still, the ropes taut and dry. Everything is as it should be. He exhales slowly, a sound halfway between relief and gratitude. "She's steady," he whispers, patting the railing. Above, the sky has opened fully now, endless and clear, the kind of clarity that only comes far from land. The Milky Way stretches like spilled silver, and the moon rises pale and patient. A few men stay on deck, lying back against coiled ropes, gazing upward. They speak little, their voices barely more than thought. "That one murmurs, pointing. "That's the star that led me home once." "And did it?" another asks. The first smiles. "Almost." They laugh quietly, the sound swallowed by the sea. Below deck, hammocks sway gently, carrying bodies worn but content. The creak of wood and the sigh of the wind are the only lullaby they need. The boy from before curls up near a barrel, too tired to climb below. Someone tosses him a blanket without a word. He pulls it close, watching the stars through half-closed eyes. For a moment, it feels like the whole ship is breathing, a great wooden heart rising and falling with the tide. The captain lingers by the helm, alone now. His eyes trace the constellations, maps older than any drawn by man. Tomorrow, we chase the wind again. But for now, he lets the wheel rest. He lets himself rest. He removes his coat, sets it on the rail, and leans back. The sea hums its softest song, the air cool but kind. Somewhere a bell rings, once, twice, marking the end of the day. The sound fades into the rhythm of the waves, and the world drifts into silence. The ship floats on, steady and serene, a cradle carved from wood and will, carrying dreams across the endless water.
The night has fully claimed the sea. The horizon has disappeared, the world reduced to two colors, the black of the ocean and the shimmer of starlight. The air is cool, soft, tender against the skin. Above, the constellations gleam like ancient promises, each star flickering with quiet patience. The ship drifts without urgency, its sails folded, its crew scattered into silence. Some remain on deck, stretched out on planks still warm from the day. They lie back, hands folded behind their heads, gazing upward at the boundless sky. The stars seem close enough to touch. Thousands, millions, each one a whisper of time. The sea reflects them perfectly, so that above and below become the same. It feels as if they are floating between two heavens. A sailor closes his eyes, listening. The ocean hums, a lullaby woven from wind and water. The ship creaks softly, breathing in rhythm with the waves. The air carries faint traces of salt, smoke, and the memory of laughter. Nothing moves fast anymore. Even thought slows down, heavy and gentle like the tide. Nearby, a young deckhand curls beneath his coat, watching his breath fog in the cool air. He smiles faintly. The stars remind him of stories his mother used to tell, stories about ships made of light, sailing forever through the heavens. He wonders, half dreaming, if somewhere another boy is looking up at these same stars, wishing the same wish. In the distance, a gull calls once, then is gone. The sound fades into the endless hush. On another side of the ship, two men murmur softly, their words blending into the sea's sigh. "You ever think," one says, "that maybe the sea never sleeps?" The other chuckles. "She dreams," he replies. "She just dreams awake." The first nods, satisfied. They fall quiet again. The lanterns burn down to embers. Shadows stretch and melt. The deck glows silver now, lit by the moon that has risen full and round, its light rippling like liquid glass. Every surface glistens, ropes, rails, even the sleeping faces of men, as if the world itself were breathing in moonlight. The ocean swells softly beneath them, like the chest of something alive. The night deepens, but it is not dark. It is calm, vast, infinite, a place where the sea and sky become one long exhale.
Sleep comes like the tide, slowly, gently, inevitable. One by one, the pirates surrender to it. The boy near the barrel is the first. His eyes flutter closed, lashes trembling as the world fades. In his dream, the ship sails through clouds instead of waves. The stars hang closer, their light thick enough to touch. He reaches out, and one settles in his palm. Cool, glowing softly like a pearl from another realm. He smiles in his sleep. Nearby, the old carpenter dreams differently. His world is quieter, simpler. He walks along a shore that no longer exists, a beach of glass where the sea hums beneath his feet. Every step leaves no trace. He feels no fear, no ache, only the serenity of having nothing left to fix. The harmonica player, sleeping with the instrument still in his hand, dreams of music, but the sound no longer comes from metal or breath. It rises from the sea itself, vast, endless notes flowing beneath the surface. Each wave hums a different tone, deep and kind, a conversation older than men. The captain dreams last. His mind drifts, but not away, inward, toward the still place that the sea has always mirrored. In his dream, there is no crew, no ship, no horizon, only calm water and a reflection, his own face merging with the sky. He doesn't speak, he doesn't need to. The ocean understands. Above deck, the world breathes in silence. The stars shimmer faintly through a veil of thin mist.
The ropes creak now and then, soft as sighs. Somewhere, a drop of dew falls from the rigging and lands on wood, a single note in the symphony of rest. The ship itself seems asleep, rocked by the sea's endless hand. Beneath them, creatures move slowly through the dark, glowing fish, silver currents, shadows of life that will never see the sun. But tonight, everything belongs together, wind and wave, dream and body, sea and soul. Even the moon seems drowsy, lowering her gaze to watch over them. The boy stirs once, murmuring something soft, perhaps a word, perhaps a wave, then stillness again. The old man shifts in his hammock. The captain exhales, and for a moment the ship, the sea, and the stars all breathe as one.
The night holds steady, vast, endless, and alive with silence. The stars above no longer twinkle, they breathe, slow and even, like the crew below. The ship floats in perfect stillness, as if the entire world were paused on the edge of a dream. The sea glows faintly beneath the moon, its surface rippling like silk. Every wave moves with purpose, yet without hurry, the eternal rhythm of the deep. Those who sleep in the hammocks sway in harmony with it. Those who lie on the deck feel the pulse through the wood, through their bones, through their hearts. The sound of the sea is everywhere, a soft shushing, a whisper that says, "Rest now, rest." The boy dreams of sailing through a sky made of water, his hands trailing through constellations that melt into foam. The carpenter dreams of his youth, a port long gone, laughter in the rain. The captain dreams of nothing at all, only peace, deep, wide, absolute. And the ocean keeps them all. It rocks them gently, like children it has seen born and lost, over and over through centuries. The stars wheel slowly, tracing their patient paths. Time itself seems to loosen, its grip gentle as tide. The night doesn't end here. It simply deepens, folds inward, into itself. The world has no edges now, no fear, no past, only warmth, only breath, only the hum of eternity beneath the waves. Somewhere, far away, lightning flickers. Not a storm, just a reminder that beyond this calm lies the heartbeat of the living sea. The lanterns have gone out, one by one, their smoke curling into nothing. But the light remains, the light of the moon, of the stars, of memory. The ocean's voice rises once more, soft and steady, carrying the lullaby it has sung for thousands of years. Sleep, sleep. The words aren't spoken, but felt in the chest, in the soul, in the air itself. A gull cries faintly.
And then all is quiet. The boy sighs in his dream. The captain's hand relaxes. The wind moves through the sails, gentle, slow, endless. The ship drifts, unguarded, unafraid, through a sea that knows no beginning and no end. And you too drift with it. The rhythm of the waves becomes your breath. The pulse of the ocean becomes your heart. You are no longer watching the sea. You are part of it. Its calm, its depth, its silence. Sleep deeply now. Dream of horizons you cannot see. The night will hold you. The stars will keep you. And the sea, the eternal sea, will never let you go.